Hello, and welcome to the Experience Local with Russ and Scott. Each week, they bring you conversations with local Christian businesses and business owners. Join in every Monday live at 9 a.m. Pacific on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Listen to the program on Spotify or wherever you listen to fine podcasts. The Experience Local is brought to you each week by wonderful sponsors.
Best Heating and Cooling, serving Lynn, Benton, and Marion counties since 1990. Call 503-394-3461 and online at best-heating.com. Join Bosun Hub in supporting CASA of Lynn County. Court-appointed special advocates for children. Learn more at lyncasa.org. Independent Merchant Brokers. Innovative solutions for your payment processing needs. 877-460-4747 and on the web, independentmerchantbrokers.com. Memory care at the Arbor at Avamere Court and Independent Living at Avamere at Albany. Learn more online, arboratavamerecourt.com and avamereatalbany.com. Discover Oregon Real Estate. Statewide experts in luxury home sales, farm, ranch, commercial, business sales, and land developments. Call 541-250-1065 and visit them online at dore.llc.
And now, your hosts for the Experience Local, Russ and Scott.
And here we are.
I guess that would be us.
Woohoo! Russ and Scott here with you on the Experience Local, live every week at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 11 a.m. Texas Standard Time. And we are so glad to be with you again today, here every week with amazing people speaking to believers in business. And we've got an amazing one today, don't we, Scott?
Yeah, Jeff Mills, State Farm, great company, great guy. We're looking forward to more inspiration today here on the Experience Local, and people can find more about our show and the other shows that we have by going to local.theexperience.video, and you can find our YouTube links, our program links, our books. In fact, Russ has a new book out that is right over his shoulder there. It's Life Happens, and then you choose. And Russ, you have a book signing, I believe, coming up.
Yes, we do. And I want to tell everybody, I just want to finish this out real quickly. Don't forget local.theexperience.video, but also if you want to go straight to our YouTube page, theexperience.video will take you there. And yes, I do, Scott. It's so amazing you would bring that up. This Saturday from 10 to 4 at Willamette Valley Christian Supply. Going to be there again in the Heritage Mall with other amazing authors. And they're having a Hallmark celebration for Christmas as well. Super excited about that. So if you missed the last one, please come see me. Not only will I have my new book, Life Happens and Then You Choose, but we'll have Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, and all my anthologies will be there. Be so much fun. So Scott, thanks for bringing that up.
And Willamette Valley Christian Supply is a great store for a lot of gifts. As I said, they're going to have the Hallmark stuff there. Pick up a couple of copies of Life Happens and Then You Choose, and get the rest of your Christmas shopping done right there. One stop.
That's it. I'm telling you, it is a great opportunity to do that. And Scott, so thankful to be here again with you today. And you know what? States cannot separate us. Distance. You are over in Waco, but we still get together 3 times a week. And I'm always so blessed.
I'm excited, Russ. We get to hang out here on the Experience Local with believers in business. Broadcast on 2 radio stations there in Oregon, KYKN and KWIL. So people can navigate to our website and they'll find all of the details there, local.theexperience.video. And Russ, I'm excited because we also get to do this on Wednesdays, and that's the Experience. I'll call out the flagship show, the one that's been going for 5 years.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And originally this also converts to audio podcast, everyone. You can find us on Spotify. Originally we were on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And I think that we have done what's needed. We'll be back on Apple Podcasts soon as well. So not only can you guys listen on the live stream and watch on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook after, but you can also listen to us on both Spotify and soon to be Apple Podcasts. We're also looking at iHeartRadio and other options as well. So we're expanding with what we're doing, and that's great for everybody. We're so thankful to KWIL, so thankful to Hope 107, so thankful to KYKN for all they do here in Oregon. And, Jeff Mills, who's with us today, Scott, is an amazing friend that I've known almost as long as you, and just an amazing man of God. And I think we should just get things rolling and jump him in the show and get started.
Let's get it going.
All right. Introducing Mr. Jeff Mills. Brr, ching.
Good morning, Russ and Scott. It's good to be with you on the show and look forward to chatting with you.
Well, it is so great to have you here, Jeff. I'm so blessed. And, you and I have known each other for a long time, and your lovely wife and I have known each other through chamber events. Yep. You guys both love the Lord so much. And I just thought, we got to have Jeff on this show because not only do you have a great local business, but you have such a strong faith. And so tell us a little bit about who in the world is Jeff Mills and what are you up to?
Yeah, personally, I'm married with three boys, not young boys anymore, adult boys, and two grandchildren now this year. So my wife and I are very excited about the next step in our lives. As far as my youngest son is going to be graduating from Oregon State, go Beavs, and we'll be empty nesters. Yeah, empty nesters. So we're looking forward to what God has for us and His plans of our next step in our marriage, and also in our family as it's growing, which is just amazing and a blessing on top of it. So yeah, it's really wonderful. Professionally, I've been in the insurance industry since 2000. I started out with a different company at that time, and then in 2007 parted ways and went and got into the State Farm family, and have been doing State Farm insurance since then. It's been a wonderful ride, and God has truly blessed me and my agency, and it's just been a wonderful experience to have, and just living the dream for sure.
And how did you get involved in insurance? You mentioned you started with a different company, but what was it that led you into that field?
Great question, Scott. So my father was a business owner, and he was a construction person doing concrete. And when I was a young man, starting from 7 years old, I would go out in the summertime and work with him. He would, at 7, you think about it, on a job site, a 7-year-old, what can he do? Well, I can go get water. I can go get this. I can go get that. But that was it. And my father instilled with me is you get up early, you go to work, you make some money, and then plan for something into the future, meaning what do you do with this? So he really instilled in me the hard work and doing the things I needed to do to learn these things. So that was a great experience for me. And as life's played out, I get older and older, and I hit the age of 18. I'm thinking I'm going to go in business with Dad, and life changes. That's how life works, right? Out of the blue, Dad's like, "Hey, I'm going to retire. I'm going to sell my business. It's time for me to move on." And I was like, I wouldn't say I was devastated, but it felt like the rug was just pulled out from underneath me. And what is the next step for me in my life? That was like, this is like where I was going. And so I was like, well, I definitely want to be in some kind of business of some kind. I was looking, what is the best opportunity? And I ran across and actually it was a farmer's district manager at one time. And he shared with me that you could be in a business and partner with a large corporation, and they can show you the steps and the tools needed to be a successful agent and to be successful in that industry. And so in 2000, I went down that path, got licensed, and was able to get my property and casualty life, health, disability license, and started my agency from there and built it from there. So it's been a wonderful journey for me. Something that I've I've recognized in my life it was really my calling. Somehow God said, this is what I want you to do. And I followed his direction and path, and this is where I am today. So it's been really a great experience for me. So
Yeah, that it is so amazing. You talk about, following after your father and all that. And I have distinct memories of my dad going from working for people to going into business for himself. He was very entrepreneurial minded.
sure.
And I looked at it and thought, that looks really super hard. I'm not sure I ever want to do that. So I went to work for
Totally.
other people. And then God had a different idea for me here after COVID hit. And boy, I tell you, working for myself and what I've been able to do has been such a blessing. So,
Yeah.
when I talk about blessings, you are such a blessing to your community and to all that interact with you. And you call this your calling for what you're doing. And I really think that's true. Many of us have vocations that are really a ministry, vocational ministry, on how we react with others. So talk a little bit about that, how God has used you in this calling, dealing with people that are not in a church.
Right. Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic because a couple of things. How I'm wired is I love to my love language is acts of service. So this industry becomes natural to me because I get to serve the community, and that's really what makes me. I'm going to be honest with you. It feels good if I can help somebody out. And so dealing with customers and handling tough situations and claims and unfortunately death, it enables me to have deeper conversations with people. I wouldn't say I'm outwardly chase after customers with my faith, but when they come into my office, they know that, hey, this guy's a Christian. They can see things in my office. And then there's times where I'm dealing with individuals that have just suffered a loss in their family, and it's an opportunity for me to pray with them and or ask them, how can I serve them at that level, and what how can I pray for you, and things of that nature. And that's a beautiful thing. I will admit it's leap of faith, I guess. You just don't know how that person's going to react to it. But it's something that it drives me to say, how can I help this individual at a deeper level and possibly bring them to God if possible. So, yeah.
I talked to a guy who was a trainer for an insurance company and had been an agent. I remember him telling me that an agent is truly a life insurance agent when they have to deliver that death benefit check for a policy that they wrote.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's true today. I'm still thankful for that. I mean, I'll never forget as a newer agent having to do that for the first time and how intimidating that was. But it does two things. It brings back it breathes life into a policy that is going to protect their family and also be with them at that time of need. But more importantly, you get to console with those beneficiaries and those family members that just lost their loved one, and how that experience looks and feels. And as intimidating it is, it's actually a beautiful thing. It's something I get to give them, even though they made that decision, but it's something I got to give them, and gives them a peace of mind of they can move forward with their family and not have to sell their house and get a second job and things of that nature. So it's a wonderful experience, to say the least, as difficult as that is.
Yeah. I found that a lot working for the restoration company that I did for years, and just being able to work with people and really even just sit with them and pray with them sometimes, I mean, just console them. And, it's really a blessing to be able to help others in their time of need and all that you're doing. And you have been so blessed with such a great support system too. Talk with us a little bit about, you've got a great wife and family, how they have supported you for your business and through all that you do.
Yeah. So I'll go back to my early days when I was a district manager for Farmers Insurance. Wonderful experience, wonderful, beautiful experience that I was able to go through. Worked a ton of hours, a lot. There was quite a bit of commitment to that position. And I'll be honest with you, nothing against farmers, wonderful company, but I was struggling in it, and my wife was struggling a little bit too. She's like, you're providing for my family, but we don't get to see you when you're hardly, and my young kids are not getting to see you, and so that's where God led me down a different path, and my wife and I was like, I think we need to make some changes, and which we did. They were hard changes, but like we all know, God provided. God provided me with a wonderful opportunity. My experience with the previous company led me to this opportunity, and because of my wife and support, my family surrounded me. It was great, and we, I'm originally born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona. We moved away from our entire support system. My mom, my dad, my uncle, everybody back there to come up here, and I just think about it as my peace I had because God had this, and I knew that through Him, anything can be done. But I didn't have any. I wasn't scared at all, and it was a wonderful thing that I was able to accomplish, and glorify Him totally, 100%. So, yeah.
One of the things, Jeff, with an agency like yours is that you'll bring in folks. Maybe they'll have a license, or they'll get licenses.
Mm-hmm.
But the intent is that they're going to learn from you and be able to take on their own agency at some point.
Correct.
And there was a buddy of mine, Aaron Walker, and he was one of those guys. Work hard, support your family. And he realized that he came home with a pocket full of money to a house full of strangers, is what he said.
Exactly.
And how do you work with those folks that are being developed to understand that relationship between work and life and faith?
Yeah, it's a balance. As we all know, if we get out of balance, that can really impact our life in so many different ways. But as far as my philosophy is that work is here, but it's just to provide the money to again glorify God and for my family. And so that comes down to my staff. I mean, our hours are 8:30 to 9 o'clock. I don't expect them to do any overtime. There's no weekends. Every once in a while, a customer will walk in right at closing time, and we'll deal with that. But just making sure that they're working a healthy amount of time and not overstepping their family life, because that's one of the most important things that we have. Other than glorifying God, and I just want to maintain that, and that's something that gives me peace itself, for sure.
Well, and I love what you just said there. All the things that we're doing. They say actions speak louder than words. All that you do, really, when you're able to glorify God just through your actions without even saying anything, the biggest compliment to me is when people say to me, I just can see the love of God through you without you even saying anything. And I was blessed because now I get to do a lot of speaking, and I have 3 actual engagements this week that I'm going to be doing some speaking at, smaller ones, but it'll be a lot of fun this week. And at those, when I was at one speaking at a cancer conference in New York that I think you know about, I had a person come up to me and tell me that she was trying to figure out how to share her faith, and said that she just was really blessed by how seamlessly I seem to share my faith. And I thought, wow, that is an amazing compliment. And I told her, really, it's just because I'm just me. I love Jesus. I just let it come out, and I don't hold it back. And that's really the secret, is just be yourself. If you really love the Lord and you just let yourself be yourself, then it comes out kind of naturally. It's not like you're forced and preaching at people and that kind of thing. Yeah. And I think that's so important, right, Jeff? Because you're dealing with so many people that maybe don't know the Lord and don't know really how they feel about those kind of things. But when they see it in you, it makes a difference.
It does. And, for me and my agency, I'm looking for opportunities. The easy one, I shouldn't say easy. The opportunities of emotion and heartache and challenges. And those are all things that we deal with here in my agency on a day-by-day basis. And so those are things that we can do to take advantage of, hey, how can I pray for you, or what can I do for you, and try to bring up that conversation. It can be a slippery slope with customers because you never know where their faith lies or where they at, and you can quickly upset a person based off of that. But that has nothing to do with us. That has everything to do between them and God. I'm not going to beat them over the head with it, but if I suggest it and I see that they're responsive to it, then why not keep going? Why not? So, and that's what God calls us all to do. And that's it. Have I had people say, yeah, don't ever ask me about that again, and I'm not interested? Yeah, that I have. And as difficult as that is, because we know the outcome, but they got to make their own decision. And the path to the cross is all different experience for each individual person. So maybe I planted the seed, or maybe Russ, you planted the seed, or Scott, you did. And somewhere down the road that got planted. So
that's right. We're just faithful. We just need to be faithful. Remind people that today we have on the Experience Local Believers in Business. It's Jeff Mills, State Farm owner. And I just want to ask you a question, because you have a unique perspective. You work with individuals, families, businesses. You're involved in the community. What do you see as the future there in the Willamette Valley, Oregon, for families and businesses?
That's a great question. As agents, technology is obviously going at a pace that we've never seen before in our entire world. And as agents, we're local, we're here, but does State Farm really still need us? Do we need a local person? Thankfully, they do with insurance. They still do, but they do recognize that technology is something that especially younger people really want to play into. So I still see a local business owner as a thriving, important part of any community. But I am guilty at this. Russ knows this, is that you've got to adapt and you've got to develop your business to channel into how the world is changing as far as how that experience looks for a customer, and how do we better serve their needs electronically. And so for my goals for 2026 is I need to be channeling into these things. I typically, when I do an insurance review with somebody, I typically prefer to do it face-to-face. But what I'm finding out is most young people don't want to do that. And my sales leader has said, Jeff, that's great. You can do it over the phone, but they want to see your ugly mug still. And so how do you do that? I'm like, I don't know. How do I do that? And he's like, well, there's a technology you can do through our systems to get on Teams or whatever, and being able to still review them, but they still get to visually see you, see your expression, see your care, see your professionalism, and be able to still serve their needs. And I was like, that's totally right. I mean, I need to keep continuing growing in these areas, because if you don't, then unfortunately a business may not get through the changes itself. So something I'm definitely looking at in 2026.
Yeah. Well, and as we were talking about earlier, New Year is just around the corner. But you know what? There's still so much to do here in December of 2025. And I'm just excited about the opportunities we get all the time, Jeff. And, I just want to thank you for what a blessing you are to me when you and I get to have those conversations. Because, I think that a lot of times people don't realize how much impact they have on the lives of others. And it means a lot. It means a lot because, having godly people around us is a big, huge issue. And I think we need to remember that. We taught our kids that being around the right kind of people, the environment we're going to be around is so, so critical. And just remember, every day life happens and then you choose. And so just thought I'd get that in there. Anyway. Okay. So, yeah, there you go. So, Jeff, listen. I want to have you wrap things up. Give us your gold nugget of the day, and that is, what do you really want people to remember from our conversation today? What do you want to stick with them? And then let everybody know how they get in contact with you, because definitely want to be able to have people reach out to you.
Yeah, I mean, connection for us is, I strive in my agency is that I don't want people to be afraid to talk to me or be afraid that I sell insurance, the old insurance stigma. I'm here to serve them. And that's what motivates me. It's not about the money. It's not about any of that stuff. It motivates me to help serve people and to be with them in their time of need. And that's where I'm really driven. And so we instill that in my office, and that's what we're here for. And that's really what drives me every day. But my nugget is just get up every morning, pray to God, give it to Him, trust in Him, and really let God answer those questions for you and be there for you and support you in every way. And then everything else is going to take care of itself. And that's really how I try to operate. And do I struggle sometimes? Absolutely, like any person. But I know with God in my corner, there's nothing I can't accomplish through Him. So, yeah.
That's right. And so how do people get in touch with you?
Oh, yeah. They can call the office at the 541-752-3465. They can text us at that same phone number, or they can email me at jeff@jeffmillsinsurance.com. And myself or my team would be more than happy to talk to anybody. So, yeah.
Perfect. We have all of that information, Jeff, except for your phone number. So say it one more time.
Sure. 541-752-3465.
Perfect. And you know what? Everybody, the connection information there in the comments and the show notes, the phone number will be there soon. You go straight to Jeff. Don't even have to remember. You can click on it and go straight there. So please contact him today, especially if you're in the local area or if you have insurance needs. He would be the person you want to talk to, and always such a kind person to be able to chat with. Jeff, thanks so much for being with us today. We just really, really appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you both. It's good talking to you, and God bless you for this year. Yeah.
All right. We're going to send you out, but hang tight in the green room for just 1 sec. We'll be there in a minute.
That sounds good.
All right. Scott, amazing. Another amazing show in the books.
It's one of those things I encourage people. It's a new year. You're thinking about what's going on. Sit down with Jeff and do a review on your insurance. And I know they do a lot more than just cars and homes and life. They're doing investments and things like that. Sit down, get an opinion from Jeff, and either you're going to find a good deal or you're going to validate that what you're doing now is fine. Both of those are good reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a great person to sit down with. Been a great friend for years. And Scott, speaking of great friends, I thank you so much for lifting me up every Monday morning. Such an honor to be with you. And I just wanted to remind everybody again, don't forget, if you're in the local area, would love to have you swing by Willamette Valley Christian Supply Saturday from 10 to 4 in the Heritage Mall. Get a copy of my book, get a signature, and you can also get a lot of other amazing books. And with that, Scott, you have anything else to remind people of today?
Just go to local.theexperience.video and learn about all of our shows, and you can click and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Connect with us on LinkedIn. We would be happy to hear what's going on in your world, and maybe you'll be our next guest on the Experience Local Believers in Business.
You never know. Yeah, it's been such a blessing. Don't forget, we're here not only live, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 a.m. Texas Standard Time, but again, it sits on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. LinkedIn and YouTube forever, Facebook for 30 days, and transfers to Spotify so you can listen on audio podcasts as well. And then our radio network on KWIL and KYKN. Thank you so much for all of that. And please comment and make sure and like and subscribe to all of those things. Again, thanks for being here today. It's been amazing. And until next week, have an amazing life and enjoy
your local experience.
There you go. See ya.
Thank you for tuning in to The Experience Local with Russ and Scott. Listen to the program on Spotify or wherever you listen to fine podcasts. Join in every Monday live at 9 a.m. Pacific on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. We look forward to seeing you next time on The Experience Local with Russ and Scott.